meeting to order the Virginia Public Utilities on Wednesday, May 28th, 2025 at 3:30 PM.
3:38, we'll call it.
3:38, you're right, Greg, but. Cassie, I'm dead. Roll call, Mary, if you please.
Commissioner Hale.
Present.
Commissioner Johnson is absent. Commissioner Makowski.
Here.
Commissioner Marwick.
Here.
And Commissioner Petrowski is absent.
Okay. We move to agenda item 2, approve meeting agenda. Need a motion to approve? Is there support? Okay, discussion? Being none, all those in favor say aye. Oh,
I have a
go ahead.
question for Greg,
Oh,
and I forgot to ask it.
which one? What?
When my contractors couldn't perform the project over there by Rock Ridge for the gas line and we switched contractors, do we need a motion to rescind the previous motion and make a new motion for that new
Yeah,
contract?
it's on the agenda.
Do what?
It's on the agenda. Under old business.
Okay,
Old business A.
thank you.
Yep, you're welcome.
Okay, okay. There's been a motion, support, any further discussion? Being none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. We move to number 4, the consent agenda. I need a motion to approve resolution number 5366, which is approval of payroll, accounts payable, and net payment adjustments, along with B, approval of regular commission meeting minutes from the April 28th, 2025 meeting. Is there a motion?
I'll move.
Is there support? Okay, discussion. Being none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. We move to reports of committees. Safety Committee, once again, Greg, we don't have any injuries, which is great news. So we move to Committee of the Whole. We need to make a motion to accept the 2024 audit report.
I'll make it.
Okay, is there support?
I support.
Okay, any further discussion on this? Being none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously once again. We move to old business A, Progress Parkway Gas Main Project Update. Greg, maybe you wanna,
Yeah, I'm just gonna update you and then we'll, move ahead, from that update as appropriate. So, at our last meeting, we approved a bid to LP Contracting, for that gas main project in the amount of $123,067.80. The engineers went to move forward with them, they backed out of the bid.
right,
Because it was under our mandated $175,000 bidding law, we were able to quote it. We sent quotes out to 3 different outfits. We only received quotes back from 1. The outfit who quoted us, which isn't a surprise because this original bid, this LP Contracting was the only one who did it. So we did get a bid from AEI, who we've done multiple gas projects with in the past. This other company was new to us. They actually bid it almost $10,000 lower than they quoted it almost $10,000 lower than the bid that we had already approved. So, I sent the email out with no objection from the commission. We got them moving. In fact, they started putting it in today because of the timelines that were mandated by MnDOT. We couldn't hold off. Again, they're working on it today, so AEI has been awarded the quote in the amount of $114,283.32. So with that being said,
we need a motion.
let's just have a motion to acknowledge that project being awarded to AEI in the amount of that quote.
Okay,
The first motion.
I need a motion to that effect with that amount.
I'll make it.
Okay, is there support?
I'll support it.
Okay, we need further discussion? Being none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Okay, Greg?
So then I think the second motion would be to rescind the approval of the awarded bid to LP Contracting.
Okay. Is there a motion to that effect?
I'll
I'll
Support, okay. Any further discussion? Being none, all those in favor say aye.
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 I'm sorry.
That's okay. Motion carried unanimously. Okay, thank you, Greg.
Thank you.
Okay, we need old business B, approved grid resilience grant contract. This one I'm gonna turn over to you, Greg.
All right, way back when we came to you and said that there was a potential grant for the Minnesota Department of Commerce for this electrical switchgear building that we're gonna build here, that's gonna take all the old 100-year-old switchgear out of the power plant and put it in a new building. We've already moved ahead with, getting the building started and all that stuff. So we did apply for that grant, and we were awarded a grant up to $177,194.24, which is almost $200,000 to go towards that project. So with that being said, it's a recommendation to approve the contract, the grid resiliency grant contract as presented.
Okay, I need a motion to that effect. Need a motion to approve?
I guess I have an issue with, we're approving the grant contract that seems, the wording doesn't seem right there. We were awarded a grant, so shouldn't we be
Well, it's a
motion to approve the grant or accept the grant as given, and then where's the contract part of it?
Well, it's in the packet.
Okay,
Right.
Yeah, it's a contract that was submitted to us for formal action from this commission.
okay. So we don't have to separate accepting the grant.
Right.
Okay, all right. Then also move.
Okay. Is there support?
I'll second it.
Okay, for any further discussion on this item? Being none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Thank you, Greg. I mean, getting the 178,000.
Well, again, I didn't do it. It's Cassie and Aaron worked diligently with them to get that
Good job.
Good job.
grant
let me
taken
tell ya.
place. In place.
Okay, we're done with old business. We move to number 7, new business. A, I need a motion to accept employee retirement. Is there a motion to accept?
That's not part of that
What?
operational group.
No, this is these. Is there a motion to
I can make
accept?
it then.
Okay, is there support?
I'll support.
Okay, discussion.
To get a plaque.
30 years. We've
All right, okay.
offered.
That's fine.
Okay, is there any further discussion on this?
The only thing I'm gonna add is you did ask about the operators. When that does come, when they sign the contracts and that day does come, those will be formally approved here. So you'll know that they're those severance type packages.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, any further discussion on this item? Being none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried unanimously. We move to new business B, approve resolution number 5367, which is general obligation bond of the city of Virginia. Greg or Cassie, you wanna handle this?
Same thing we did last time. What it does is it earmarks as, potentially using the bonds if needed. So, once the project is done and cleaned up, if we're interested, we have it pre-approved to work with the city through this resolution.
You get any bonding money?
Yep.
Okay.
I wanna, even though we're independent, but we're dependent, for bonding, it has to come through the elected city council for actual formal,
They are the fiscal agent of the city of Virginia, yes.
because that's kind of confusing.
Yes.
So when we did, the bonding for, let's just say the LEA, wood boiler over there, that all had to go through city council, through city hall. Even though it was essentially a public utilities project.
So what we're really doing is, we need what we have in that packet, but it goes to the council. They could vote or not vote for it. I assume they already know.
They
so-
already voted.
But we are almost like recommending this particular, the bonding part.
Yeah, we're just saying that, yes, we acknowledge we're part of it.
Yeah,
Again, they're the fiscal agent, so it flows through them.
I mean, these are basically the street projects, any infrastructure we have underneath the street, we could get some support.
So we're part of their family on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, I need a motion to approve this resolution, number 5367. I have a motion. Gentlemen,
I'll
make the motion.
make a motion.
Do I have support? Okay. Any further discussion?
I
Any further-
guess I do have a comment.
Okay,
During the public hearings for this project, the city of Virginia, I was opposed to this project because, I'm being assessed for an alley
mhm,
where my street needs a lot more work than my alley. So I just wanted on record that I'll approve the bonding, but I'm not really in support of the project. Does that make sense?
yes.
Okay.
Well, we have to acknowledge this.
Yeah.
I mean, all we're doing is acknowledging this.
Yeah, yeah.
That's all good. Okay, is there any further discussion? Be none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, motion carries unanimously. Thank you, gentlemen. Okay, we move to new business, C, VHRA Washington Manor Agreement Authorization. Greg, maybe give us a background?
Virginia Housing and Redevelopment Authority owns the Washington Manor. This is for a contract for them. They need to have some type of formal resolution to do the work. I think because of the funds that they want to secure to do it. So it essentially has us in part of the language stating they're gonna utilize the $600,000 interest-free loan
Right.
for a term as they requested of 20 years, which we approved for AOA building in the past.
Yes.
Therefore, this is a paper trail that they need to get their side of their conversion done.
Okay. I need a motion to approve. They're gonna use 600,000 for their conversion from steam.
Which is our max.
Yeah, which is our max.
Also move,
Is there support?
I'll support it.
Okay, further discussion.
council person who owns the jewelry store know about this? Is she? seeing what we're doing?
We're discussing this. We're discussing this one. The HR,
Yeah.
they're asking for funds to convert from our steam system.
Okay.
Okay, any further discussion? Being none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Thank you. Okay, we move to manager staff report, operations update. Greg,
24,000 pounds per hour, give or take, on the boiler, running one boiler, alternating every 2 weeks. In other words, number one boiler for 2 weeks, number two boiler for 2 weeks, alternating one running at a time.
right,
We just did the annual maintenance check slash, what do we call it, the outages slash maintenance check. And the PBBS, who is the company who put the units in for us,
yeah,
said that both units are in still new condition, which is great.
yes.
So again, the RO system, everything that we put in with it is doing a great job.
How many employees we have from Sprung now?
2.
2,
Yep.
okay. I know you gave us an update on it. Maybe now, Jim, you can ask your question if Rock Drilleries is converting.
Well, we can do that after.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
I do have a question though for you. I noticed last month there was a water leak on my corner.
Okay.
And there's still dirt and pylon cones in the intersection. How soon is that gonna be?
The issue that we have this time of year is we have to wait for the paving class to start coming up.
Okay.
So typically, sometimes they get forgotten, but, you know, I often remind the street managers, let's make sure that we go and clean those holes up about once a week, because they get pretty rough pretty quick.
Yeah.
But right now, it's just a matter of waiting for the paving class to come up so we can get them patched.
Okay, any other questions for Greg? Any other questions for Cassie? Seeing none, is there a motion to adjourn?
Also move.
Support?
I'll support.
Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, motion carried unanimously.
But
I just,